What is going on, guys? Is TJ here from Ghost Rider Lax, and today I will be doing a full review of the Warrior Warp. Now, disclaimer to this: I do not have it in my hands, and the reason why is I don't feel like paying $250 for a head that is, in my opinion, kind of worthless to me, but to other players that might be good. Now, I do have some notes written down from when I was playing with it, and I'm going to be reading it or kind of summarizing how I feel towards about the head towards you guys. Um, Now, if you guys don't know, Warrior came out with a head, I want to say about a month ago, maybe a little bit less, called the Warrior Warp. And with that head, it has the mesh already built into it. And here's one of the pictures that I took of it. That is the Warrior Warp. That is the low pocket. And then, let's see. And here's the mid pocket for it. Now, I did play with both of them, so this is what I have to say. So, first off, I feel like this head would be a solid and really good choice for youth players who have not been able to figure out what kind of string they like, if they like a low, a mid, or a high. With this, it gives them a stick ready to play with, and that is, ready to go. The downside of it is I don't think the parents of kids who are 6, 7, 8, 9 years old are going to be willing to pay $250 for a head that you can't restring and you can't really replace the mesh. That's the reason why, I feel like it won't sell really well. Now, I have gone through, numerous stores asking about how they feel about the Warp. One store told me that, in their company, one store has been selling a lot, but it's a lot of the younger guys, and there's been a couple of, older guys that use it just because they're like, I don't feel like stringing this. Okay, cool. Another thing that I wrote down was that with everything that they put into the head, they should have made the channel a little bit, or the pocket a little bit more tighter, allowing more hold no matter the pocket positioning, and that the positioning of the pocket never actually changes unless you cradle. So if it's a mid pocket, the whole head itself is just like a mid pocket. The two giant holes that are lower on the throat are the low pockets, and then you got the mid. The only time it really switches, and as I put down right here, is when you cradle the ball, which really doesn't seem like something that I would want to play with. And as I keep writing, otherwise the pocket no more or less sits mid, no matter what. There could be slightly different weave in order to create more hold and control with the wide channel. So I feel like the weave that was on there is, kind of, it should be a little bit tighter just because kids will, they see a lot of the box players use some of the heads that are out right now, or some of the college guys that use Warrior heads that aren't the Warp, and they can do toe drags. For instance, today, watching the Notre Dame game, the Canadian, I forgot what is Trolley, I think his last name is, came down and did a toe drag. With the Warp, you can't do that. Now, I'm not trying to say this was a bad idea. This was a great concept. I think for my point of view and many of other people that I've talked to's point of view, this was kind of a failed attempt of Warrior trying to take away stringing from big names. I've heard that they're coming out with a women's version of it. This was, coming off the grapevine of me, just talking to a lot of people. There's a supposedly women's version in the works, and once I hear there's a goalie version, honestly, I think that's where I want to draw the line. So my thoughts are: one, highly priced, $250 for a head that you can't swap out the mesh or change the colors for. I mean, you're technically paying $400 for a stick for the shaft and the head, which in that $400 you could buy 2 of them. I mean, for $400, I can go and buy a second one of these, second command with stringing and a shaft. I think for the price point, that's kind of ripping it off. Now, granted, it is Kevlar that's holding the mesh to the head. Kevlar isn't very cheap, I guess you can say. But, I still think $250 is a lot, especially for little kids, who see this head and they're thinking, oh, man, this is so awesome. Parents who don't have the money to get a kid a head like that, sooner or later, it's going to be one of those things where if you don't have it, they're going to make fun of you. In my point of view, my aspect of this head, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. I know Warrior doesn't like when people talk trash about their stuff, something like that. I've loved Warrior. As you guys can tell, I've got Warrior gloves here. I've got a bunch of Warrior stuff in my bag. I've got a Warrior helmet. I love Warrior. This is a failed attempt of a head that, this is a failed attempt of the head that is the best seller, the Evo series. I just think, with this, yeah, there's some players that use it. I know there's a couple guys on McDonough that use it. Tyler Pace of the Denver Pioneers, he uses it. I've had people come in and tell me that the reason why he's using it is because Warrior's forcing him to use it. I don't know the full story. I've just been told that. There's also times where I've heard that the kids from McDonough, the only reason why they're using it is to see if it's good, and they switch back at the second half. I honestly, with me throwing with it, I don't like it. Little kids might like it. I like the traditional way of having either mesh or traditional put in a stick. That's my thought towards the head. Let me know what you guys think. I didn't want to make this a bashing session for Warrior and the Warp, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll post a video, or I'll post a picture on my Instagram after I post this. Just give me, let me know what you guys think of it. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to bash Warrior, because Warrior does come out with some amazing stuff. Recently, I think maybe maybe what they have is a little too futuristic. The Evo gloves are nice. The Rabel 2 gloves are okay. They're the same things, just a little bit longer. The elbow pads, I like their old stuff. The MD4s, the Regulator 2s, that kind of stuff really got me hopping on that train. Once they went away from that, I went to Under Armour, Maverick. Who else did I go to? Under Armour, Maverick, STX. I mean, they're coming out with some amazing things. And, Warriors kind of went downhill. So just let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if you guys have no say in it. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. I want to be doing more of this. I've got one coming up on my command. Finally have this field tested and everything, and I will do a final review of this. And yeah, so hopefully you guys liked it. Always comment, subscribe, and I'll get back to you guys later.